Hello, everyone. Welcome to DataNext podcast. This is your host, Zishan Beg. I am founder of DataNext Solutions based in Chicago, Illinois. At DataNext, we take care of all your cloud, big data, and DevOps computing needs. So today's topic is why cloud is more secure than your data center. Yes, you heard it right. In my opinion, cloud is more secure than your own data center or something you can implement on your own. And I will share my top reasons for it. So first of all, cloud has more built-in security that is available to you out of the box. And we all know that security is expensive and you need like physical security, you need logical security. And if you're a small, medium enterprise, probably you can't afford to implement all these security measures that cloud providers such as AWS provides you out of the box. Next is cloud work as a shared security model, and many people don't know about it or confuse about it. What that means is that you are responsible for anything you deploy on the cloud. That is your applications, your data, or databases, anything you are running on the cloud, you have complete root access to it, and you are responsible for the security of it. On the other side, the physical layer of the cloud, that is the hardware, the network, the infrastructure, security of that part is the responsibility of the cloud providers. Another benefit that cloud provides you that in the cloud you can define your own network. For example, in the AWS world, you can define VPCs, which is virtual private cloud. You can define your own set of IP addresses range. You can split that VPC into different subnets such as private subnet and public subnet. The applications, for example, your web servers, which need to interact to the internet, will be running in the public subnets, and your application servers and database servers, which is like private data. You don't necessarily need direct internet access there. You run under the private subnet. You can define security groups, that which ports are open, which ports are blocked, which ports are only inbound, which are outbound. You can define all different routing rules. And that is the responsibility of the customer. You have to design your own network in the cloud, and that gives you more security options. Another reason why cloud is more secure than your own data center is when you move to the cloud, you actually have better visibility of the state of your application. And sometimes we ignore that when we work with on-prem environment. We have like legacy network designs, which is working for decades. Nobody wants to touch them. And we set rules that works for almost all different applications. And when you move to the cloud, you get an opportunity to rethink that. You look into the application of what is really required, what is not. And you design your new rules and new security as per your application needs. And some organizations are good at that, but most of them I've seen in my experience lack some comprehensive security design of the network. But moving to the cloud gives you opportunity to rethink that design and define it securely. Another reason is that all these cloud providers are compliant with all different security standards such as HIPAA, COBIT, or ISO. Such as AWS, they are certified with various security compliances. And the benefit is like when you move to the cloud, you actually inherit all these security standards and compliances. And I remember back in a day, one of my employers actually applied for this ISO certification, and the process is very complex. There are a lot of auditors came on site and inspect everything that is according to the standards, and that costs money. But now when you move to the cloud, you actually inherit all these security standards and compliances into your organization. And if you're 100% on the cloud, you can actually have these certifications automatically. Talking about logical security, when you're ready to deploy your application, for example, your on-prem application to the web, which is open to the public, you have to think about security that is outside of the standard requirements, such as how people will log into the site, how you will manage their account. That is common. Everybody does that. But you have to think like how you will protect against the hackers, how you will protect the site from the malware, how you will protect against the DDoS attacks. And these cloud providers such as AWS have systems in place to detect any suspicious activities happening in the cloud. such as unauthorized access ports, IP spoofing, DDoS, man-in-the-middle attacks. And I remember once there was like I woke up in the morning and there was email from AWS telling me that something wrong happening in your AWS account. That is from one of my customer. And I looked into the account and I saw that all of these large EC2 instances running in every different region. And upon investigation, I found that one of the employers, we provide training to them. They actually put that access keys of the account into the GitHub repository, and somebody actually hacked from there. But the damage was not too much. We took care of it immediately and deleted all these access keys and stops all, terminated all these instances. And AWS was very helpful as well to refund that money that was charged to the account. And but things like that, they automatically send me the email that something is wrong happening with the account, that and we think that this is not you, and we, based on that, we quickly took the action. So things like that, you have to think about it when you are doing security. But these cloud providers, that provides you feature out of the box, so which is very good to have. Talking about physical security of the environment, for example, you have your own data center. You have to hire security staff, you have to hire administrators, you have to take care of the electricity, you have to take care of your air conditioning and things like that. You can put all different logical security on the applications, for example, fingerprints, retina scans. But if you don't have physical security, somebody could walk in and get all your data out. They can take the hard drive out of the system and walk away. And that doesn't add value, in my opinion. Like adding the physical security element of the data center, it costs money as well. But when you move to the cloud, you actually shift this burden to the cloud provider. They are responsible for the security of the physical environment. They have security staff, they have multi-factor authentications in place, and they're all contractors and employees. Their activities are monitored and logged properly. They have all different systems and procedures in place to take care of that physical security needs. And finally, decommissioning of the devices. For example, when the hardware or any storage devices end their useful life, these cloud providers have security procedures in place to decommission these devices as per national security standard. What that means, they actually go and physically destroy these hardwares, so nobody can access the data on it. Not something that common to our, that we put that hard drives in the shelf and somebody can walk in and grab the hard drive and plug in and get all the data out. So the decommissioning process is very secure and as per national security standard, and so this is better than something that you do on your own. So there you go. These are my top reasons why cloud is more secure than your own data center. We talked about cloud has more built-in security. That's something you can do on your own, and you can do it, but that would add cost to the business. Second, cloud works as a shared security model. That is, anything you deploy on the cloud is the responsibility of the customer. Anything off the cloud is the responsibility of the cloud provider. Next is you can design your own network in the cloud. You can define IP addresses range, security policies, and groups, which ports are open, which are blocked. Next is you have better state of visibility of the application. You can inherit all these different security standards such as HIPAA, ISO, and so on your organization when you move to the cloud. Cloud provides you better logical security. For example, it protects you against unauthorized access or DDoS attacks and something like that. Cloud provides you better physical security, like they have security staffs in place, they have employees' activities are monitored properly, and then they have a proper procedure to decommission the devices as well. So thank you for listening this podcast. My name is Zishan Beg. To learn more about my company DataNext, visit datanextsolutions.com. You can contact me at info@datanextsolutions.com or follow me on Twitter at I am Zishan Beg. I spell it IAMZEESHANBAIG. Until next time, cheers.